Ajustar la brújula así, normal. Pero no soy daltónico, güey. No sé, vamos a darle. Vamos a ver, tiene un poco más de brillo aquí. Bueno, empezamos bien con ataques epilépticos. Un wallet macizo. Creo que voy a poner música relajante, mi gente. De Legend of Zelda. Para mí, Legend of Zelda o Ocarina of the Time, de los mejores juegos, mi gente. Para gustos colores, ¿verdad? Pero aquí. Vale. La verdad espero que no se escuche muy fuerte el juego. Bueno, sí se escucha fuertísimo. No mames, se escucha macizo, güey. ¿Qué rollo aquí? Ok. Snake, perdón. Ay. Con el músico musulmán. Ah, cabrón.
Behold, child, you are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden.
Okay.
Hear now my voice, and know that I am your friend, and I am called Elohim.
Okay. Ok, tercera y primera persona. Aquí no puedo pasar. Ok. Qué pedo, güey. Vamos, ya empezamos con puzzles imposibles, güey. Ah, eso sí se puedo pasar. Está bonito el juego, Es como un portal sin portales. What? Ok. Órale. Estamos como en un oasis.
This land is but a dream. You will stay here only for a little while. Soon, you will awaken in a new world. But first, you must undertake the trials of initiation. They will help me prepare your vessel.
Ok, no podemos ir por allá. Izquierda o derecha. No mames.
The shapes you are collecting are not mere toys. They are symbols of the process by which our people were created.
Ok. ¿No puedo pasar? No. Ok. No me gusta mucho el movimiento. Se mueve muy feo. Se mueve horrible, güey. ¿Qué pedo? Ah, ok. Entendí. Bueno. Pues te diré, ¿eh? Tiene un chingo de calificación, pa. Tiene casi 5 estrellas este juego.
Calificación de pobreza.
Está de la verga el movimiento, güey. Se mueve horrible el personaje, no me gusta.
Well done, my child.
Ok. Vale. No sé qué tengo que hacer aquí, la verdad. Ahí está la pieza.
You may linger in my garden for as long as you wish. But remember, my child, that the new world awaits you, and this place is only a dream.
Es que está raro. Vamos para otra figura. No sé si por arriba se puede, no sé, está raro eso. Mames, güey, vamos empezando, ya me atoré, vete a la verga. Está cabrón el juego, No sé qué tan buena idea fue poner esto cuando mi cerebro no procesa bien por las noches. Okay. Ventilador te empuja. No sé de qué me sirve usar el cubo aquí, pero bueno. Ok. No ha sido tan difícil. Pero creo que podemos hacer más cosas, ¿no? Sacarlo.
Do not be afraid of these dream figures and their messages. They are merely aspects of yourself, as am I, after a fashion.
Ah, güey. Me van a hackear por andar descargando códigos QR, güey. Escaneable, justo. Rickroll, ¿qué es eso? Vaya, es que creo que necesito hay un ventilador, güey. Que no sé si puedo. Es que no sé si puedo usar los demás cubos, güey. Yo creo que sí tengo que utilizar los otros cubos, güey. De los otros niveles, pero no sé cómo carajos. Vamos a Snake. Alex, si le piensas tantito conmigo, te lo agradecería, ¿eh? Ventilador. Es que este ventilador, ¿qué pedo, güey? Cabrón. Chinga. Ah, ok, entendí. Pendejo. Y sí. Bueno. Ok.
Very good.
Vale, pues no, parece que no necesitamos. Hay que ver bien. Vale. Y aquí en teoría deberíamos encontrar un cubo. ¿La palmera o qué? Su madre, bro. A ver, vamos a hacer lo siguiente. No, es que no puede pasar, güey, no mames. No tengo idea, güey.
Y ahora sí que querías.
Pues tira paro, güey. Ahorita no sé qué va a tener que hacer, güey. Esto desactiva aquí. Es que no sé qué verga tengo que hacer, pa. El inhibidor abre esta mierda, güey. A ver. No mames. Ah, ok. Pero no me quita todo, ¿verdad? No, ok. Mira, esa madre está abriendo ahí. Pero si muevo el inhibidor, va a valer verga, güey. Necesito encontrar algo para poner ahí. es que lo recoja. Mira, ahí está inhibiendo. Ah, ahí está. Ok, no importa la distancia. Olvídalo, güey, todo chido. No importa la distancia, simplemente tengo que señalarlo. Carga. Soltar. Hay que apagar ese ventilador, güey. El inhibidor también me servirá para inhibir el ventilador. A huevo.
Excellent.
Ok. Vale. Solo nos queda esta madre, güey. Ah, está. Facilito, pa. Hombros, supongo. Ah, ya. Okay. Vale. ¿Y ahora qué? ¿Primero o qué? Ok. Ah, requiere más de ellos. Aquí no es. ¿Sabes cuál puerta es? Y agarré todos. ¿Es esta? Es esta. Vale.
I am proud of all my children. Out of a world of ruins, they have built a new Jerusalem. And there your brothers and sisters await you to celebrate your birth.
No sé qué es esta madre, güey. Ah, ya. Entendí. No, no entendí. Puta madre, güey. What's going on? Es que pega ahí, güey. Bestia, no. ¿Cómo le voy a hacer aquí? Mame, güey, no se me ocurre. Está, güey. Ok. Que ningún modo se le pegue. Y me dice papi, está duro como Nati. Macizo, pa. Ok. Está la verga, güey. No me gusta esto de los lásers, la neta. Ok. Ok, se chocan entre ellos. A ver acá qué pedo. Ah. Ok. Ah, voy ando acá concentrado a la verga. Bloquecito. Ok. Y me dice papi, está dura como Nati. ¿Me puedo poner aquí? Poner aquí, güey. ¿Dónde está el azul? Ah, aquí está el azul. Ok. esto, pa. Aquí está esta madre. Huevo. Facilita, pa.
Thank you, child. I have finished preparing your vessel. Now, hear my advice. A new world awaits you, full of dangers and mysteries, signs and wonders. Things that I, in my garden, could never have imagined. In that world, you will have to be careful and smart and curious. But above all else, you will have to be human.
Pensar tu debilidad, 0.
Váyase a la verga, puto. Verga. Ah, el código QR.
Step into the light, child, and awaken.
Amable macizo, gente. Voy a escanear esa mierda. Ahí les digo si me meten virus. Ah, son puros escritos, güey. A ver, se los voy a mandar al Snake. Le voy a meter virus a Snake. Se va a dar por privado. Le mandé virus. Para que lo hackeen. Ok. Ab initio.
You're awake. Welcome to the world of the living.
¿Qué pedo, güey? ¿Qué está pasando?
That's not an easy question to answer. But the first step is this. You've been born. Your body was completed. You were booted up, and now you're here. And rather confused. Don't worry, everyone is confused at first. You see, we all start out without a full knowledge of our own history, so we have the freedom to form our own opinions. Of course. You want the short version or the long version? All right, you asked for it. A long time ago, our ancestors dominated this planet. We call ourselves human, like they did, but they were organic. They built an advanced technological civilization. But unfortunately, their impact on the ecosphere caused changes in the climate. And an extremely contagious virus was released from the permafrost. That's something our historians still debate. Why weren't they more prepared? Why did they invest so many resources into making war and so few into useful research? It's hard to understand. But no matter the reason, in the end, they simply ran out of time. A team led by a scientist, Alexandra Drennan, began a project that was intended to create a new humanity.
Okay.
But knowing that there wasn't enough time, Drennan initiated a process, a series of iterations inside a simulation that would lead to the emergence of true artificial intelligence. That's why we remember Drennan as the progenitor.
Okay, Drenan.
The simulation was
Progenitora.
controlled by Elohim, who wasn't really meant to be intelligent in the proper sense of the word. But it all took much longer than anyone had expected. And over the centuries, Elohim actually became sentient. Sentient and afraid. He didn't want the simulation to end, so he tried to cheat. I feel sorry for him, really. The whole simulation was built around learning to defy him. It must have been hard to be in that position. When the simulation was completed, he became part of all of us, and it really changed him. It freed him, I think. You'll
Okay.
always hear him in sleep mode, taking care of you. That's what he is, after all. A caretaker.
Un custodio.
Yes, there was Milton, the intelligence in charge of the archive, a project initiated by Arkady Chernyshevsky, which was meant to collect all of humankind's knowledge.
Okay.
His story is a lot like Elohim's, but Milton became the ultimate cynic. They say he's part of us too, in some way. It did. Long after our ancestors died out, the first new human was born. We call her the Founder,
La
although the
fundadora.
name she took was Athena. She then
Come on,
woke up
Athena.
Cornelius and Eustathius. Together, using the tools left behind by the progenitors' team, they created 10 more humans. These 12 who followed the Founder are known as the First
Los dos
Companions.
apóstoles, güey.
Athena and the First Companions then set out to rebuild the world, and they founded the city of New Jerusalem.
Nueva
But then one
Jerusalén.
day, she suddenly disappeared.
Atenea
Many
desapareció.
still await her return.
O sea que Atenea es como la nueva diosa para ellos.
Before the Founder vanished, she set a goal for this city. We call it the goal, capital G and all. To make 1,000 new humans and
Mil
so
humanos
complete
nuevos.
New Jerusalem. Well, that's the official story, the way the mayor tells it. Some of the First Companions, like Byron, don't believe that Athena really wanted us to stop growing. They think her ideas have been twisted and embellished.
O sea, básicamente nos están contando la historia, güey, de la humanidad. O sea, literalmente es como la religión. Cambia las cosas para sus propios méritos, vaya. Su propio beneficio, más bien.
They may be right, but I didn't see Athena very much in the years before she left. Maybe actually leaving the simulation and seeing the destruction left behind by our ancestors changed her mind. You're welcome. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. When you're done, head outside. They're waiting for you. Your birth is quite the event. Me? Well, as you can tell by my number, I'm quite old. I wasn't one of the First Companions, but I did know Athena personally. She and Cornelius taught me a lot. Although I suppose I've made a few improvements here and there since those days. We didn't have a lot to work with in the beginning.
Okay.
You won't age like our ancestors did, but of course, there is always some wear and tear. You should probably schedule a checkup every decade or so. Oh, and be a bit careful with water. You won't die if it rains or anything, but we're running low on insulation material. I wouldn't go swimming if I were you.
Okay. Peligroso el agua.
You've only just been born, and already you step right into a major controversy. The goal, as most people understand it, was fulfilled the moment you were born. Now New Jerusalem is complete and we can live in balance without damaging the world like our ancestors did.
Ok, soy el número
That's the
1000.
orthodox view, I suppose. But there are many who disagree. You'll have to figure out where you stand for yourself. I haven't really thought about it. This is all I've done for the last few centuries, and I like doing it. I guess for now I'll just take a break and we'll see what happens. Oh, one more thing. Like all citizens of New Jerusalem, you have access to the interface, which you can use to read the news, chat to your fellow citizens, and so on. It's a crucial tool, and modular too. You can easily add new functions. Just don't subscribe to too many newsletters at once.
Ok, que me suscriba. Vale. Vámonos de aquí. Ahora lo voy a poner en tercera persona. Como ahorita ya es de madrugada y hace un poco de sueño, me mareo si lo pongo en primera persona. Puta madre, güey.
Look, it's 1K.
Hey, 1K! Welcome to New Jerusalem!
Shouldn't the mayor be starting his speech?
This should be interesting.
At least give him a chance.
Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, many years ago, when the founder stepped forth from the simulation, this was a land of ruins. Our ancestors, in their hubris, undermined the natural foundations on which their world had been built. Because of their arrogance, our species found itself on the brink of annihilation. The founder aimed to set us on a new course.
You never even met the founder.
Her vision was of a city, a new civilization that would know its limits. It would not repeat the mistakes of the past, nor impose its will on this earth. To that end, she set the great goal we have been striving towards. 1,000 new humans. And today we have... Oh dear, what's that?
Bestia. Oh, bestia.
People of New Jerusalem, I am Prometheus, and I will reveal that which was hidden. The flame has awoken and summons you. Who is brave enough to answer its call? We await you upon our island where... Curse you, Pandora. You will not chain me again.
Prometeo y Pandora. Bueno. Oye, literalmente están metiendo religión catolicista. Y además estamos con historia de... mitología griega.
I told you we should have investigated those energy readings. And I told him there's something up with those structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
This isn't caution, it's stagnation. Exploration? Too dangerous. Expansion? Too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
And I call you an idiot.
Here's a thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm gonna need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the founder and all that nonsense. If you're up for an adventure, meet us at the conference room.
Le dio la verdad sí quiero explorar, güey. No me puedo mover. Está muy bonito el juego, gráficamente se ve muy bien. Y la música, tremendo músico. Le bajé mucho el volumen, no sé si se escucha fuerte. Ahorita se va a empezar a sonar eso. Vale. Ok. Pues Joseph, no puedo hablar con él. Bestia, ¿qué pedo? No hay luz. No puedo ir por allá. Vale, pues entramos aquí. La sala de conferencia. Guau, loco. Tremendo.
All right, listen up. I know you're all having fun down there, but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers, or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you? That's it. That's it. Don't worry, 1K. I see you there in the elevator. I'll have you moving again in a jiffy. Great way to start life in the city, huh? What the hell is a jiffy? These bloody language libraries.
Qué pedo, güey. Wow, qué bonito. Ok, güey. Que se vaya la energía porque se sobrecarga. Tremenda. Literal vivimos en una dictadura.
Hey,
Verga, güey.
hold on there. You're the newbie, aren't ya? Number 1000.
666.
I figured the
número del
dam would
diablo.
go dry before we reach the goal. I have a question. How does it feel to you to be born with a randomized psyche into a society of autonomous thinking machines which so much resemble their long-extinct ancestors, they've decided it's best that you're the last one ever made?
Pues no soy una máquina, güey. Hace que me sienta curioso.
Why? So, the algorithm assigned you the optimism trait. If only we could all be so lucky. Now listen, this meeting isn't strictly happenstance. I have some friends. The kind of people who like to know what's going on with other people. They think you can help each other out. Of course you are. You know how to use the interface, right? I'll talk to my friends and see if I can't play matchmaker. And before you go, a word of advice. Not everything around here is how it appears.
Ay, cabrón, quítate. No mames, ¿por qué ¿qué pedo, güey? ¿Por qué se acercó así, güey? A la verga, güey. Pensé que me iba a soltar un putazo, no mames.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
Espérame, güey. Quiero ver qué podemos investigar, pero no. Jeremy. ¿Qué número es? 8. 832.
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later, and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
If we could focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand, Herman. Or under a dome, as it were.
Let's not get sidetracked. We're here to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
Al's right. Let's move past this for now and deal with this transmission. Yakut, please start the briefing.
All right, here we go. Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K. We first became aware of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition about 6 months ago. It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind. We recorded extremely unusual fluctuating energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in us.
I don't share your enthusiasm for the unexpected, but Byron has been requesting an expedition for some time now. And at this point, I'm forced to agree that it's necessary.
I agree.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved. Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
No me interesa. Bueno, secreto.
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Before you set out so hastily, do consider exploring the city first. It is your home, after all.
That's a good idea. Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
Protocolo de expedición. Capítulo 5. Alcatraz. Estos son los protocolos de actuación estandarizados para la expedición. Lo supo para que Byron lo tenga presente, aunque lo más probable es que haga caso omiso de ello. Adjunto una imagen de un libro antiguo para llamar su atención. Debemos mantener los ideales de la fundadora y del objetivo. Por encima de los objetivos de la misión debemos priorizar el bienestar de los expedicionarios. Un miembro de la expedición debe permanecer junto al vehículo en todo momento. El líder de la expedición debe abstenerse de participar en actividades de alto riesgo. Debemos minimizar el uso de vehículos para ahorrar combustible. La prioridad debe ser observar, no interferir. En caso de que no se produzca alguna emergencia, la expedición debe regresar a Nueva Jerusalén de inmediato. Ok, la isla. Observa por primera vez el viaje de vuelta a la expedición previa, que se desvió de ruta prevista debido a condiciones climatológicas inesperadas. Los sondeos a largo alcance indicaron la presencia de grandes estructuras artificiales y devolvieron lecturas de energía sumamente inusuales. El asunto no se investigó más a fondo. En el pasado se establecieron varios asentamientos de gran tamaño en la zona norte de la isla, pero el creciente nivel del mar los ha arrasado y ha inundado las tierras bajas de la región. Hay un marcado contraste con la región sur, que parece un desierto inhóspito y desprovisto de vida. Nuestra intención es establecer el campamento base cerca de la estructura de energía, en el centro de la isla, donde predomina el clima más moderado. Ok, prueba. Solo estoy comprobando el sistema para verificar que esta funciona correctamente. No quiero que haya otros incidentes como cuando Pellegrino subió su poesía al registro público. Te damos bienvenida a la red social de Nueva Jerusalén. Ok. ¿Qué dice? En el nombre de la fundadora. ¿Qué ha sido eso del cielo? Lo hemos visto todos. No, no actividad. Quizás fue una señal. Un acertijo. Los acertijos después son los cimientos de nuestro viaje. Así empezó y quizás así continúe. Vale. Estoy en un hilo en Twitter. Casual. Ah, este es el registro. Vale. Parece que ya. Explora Nueva Jerusalén. Ok. ¿Y qué voy a explorar, padrino? No mames. ¿A dónde voy? En teoría nos podemos ir derechitos, pero hay que ver un poquito. Ay, es que no sé, güey. Espero que no salgan con la mamada de que, ay, se descompuso. Ya no puede subir.
Attention all citizens. Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza.
Te dije, güey.
The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being. Thank you, and may the founder be with you.
Ya sabía, güey. Bueno, igualmente espero poder llegar a la expedición sin problema. Ya está.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
Adelante.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis. Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
¿Y qué propones?
We need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power. We need to invest time and resources into functional, real-world solutions that serve human needs. Oh, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
¿Trabajas en la empresa?
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away. Thanks, 1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything. Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's going to start affecting us.
Okay.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
¿Me puedo sentar? No. Creo que no nos metiéramos a nadar, pero... Damián, Damian, como lo quieran llamar. Qué bonita. Dana.
Founder bless you.
Ah, cabrón. Porque siempre en los mundos pues apocalípticos hay gatos. Fuck, bro. Hay otro gato ahí arriba. Qué bonito. Sí. Sanjuniatón. Bueno, tremendo nombre. Cabrón.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien. Just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they aren't there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus? That's possible, but you can't be certain. What we do know is that it was human in appearance. What does that suggest to us? We can't know that for sure. It may, as Jacques suggested, be entirely alien and just presenting itself as human. I think wherever it came from, we can reasonably hope to understand it in time. The apparition also directed us to an island outside the city. What can we assume from that? Perhaps, but it's a stretch. I believe whatever is at that location may provide the evidence we need. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude. We can't know that for sure. It may be a fellow citizen operating in secret.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
So, we're speculating again.
We've locked in the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
Porque yo todo, vence la verga.
Can I quote you on that?
Theories are all we can reasonably have right now, though I'm sure that won't come between Cryer and a sensational headline. Well, thanks all for hashing this out with me. Let's hope the mayor signs off on exploring this island. I only wish I could join the expedition. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Okay. Me dijo que no me metiera al agua y es lo primero que voy a hacer.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life? Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
Descansa, güey. De hecho, yo nomás termino de explorar y ya cuando llegue otra vez para la expedición lo voy a dejar aquí, yo creo. No, güey.
No need to be so modest. You're 1K, the one we've all been waiting for. But I understand. The greatest heroes are always humble. Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise. I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it, too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the founder's will. Tell me, what should I do?
Sea feliz o encontrar una conexión. Pues es que su felicidad podría dañar a otros. Vamos a preguntar si le dijo a Byron.
Byron said that if I give the city what it needs, the city should also give me what I need. I don't know what to do with that.
Okay. Bestia. Digo que la conexión.
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
Porque básicamente con la conexión puedes encontrar lo que te hace feliz. Pero bueno, mi humilde opinión. Mames, este es el Ra, ¿no? Creo que se llama dios egipcio. Mira, Cornelio.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K. To remind people of where we came from. The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not, and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Okay.
The simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated. Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. Okay. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process, to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
Okay.
It was. All cities are. Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation, where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc. Some small part of them may survive inside you. As the name suggests, The archive scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us. Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position. But these days he's retired. Rand is in charge of the archive scholars now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall. He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt. The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome. No one really knows. Some believe that he was uploaded to the gold disk and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him. I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded. Okay. Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future. Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation. And although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way. Yes, Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
Okay.
She was human. That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
Okay. Ok, estos son los cubos. Ese no lo vimos en el puzzle. Parece una estrella de la muerte nomás. Yo tampoco lo vimos. Okay. Vale, las placas de presión, computadoras. Usar ordenador.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you? Wait, you're not my assistant. Who are you? Of course, you're the new build. Number 1000. I suppose everyone's been treating you like royalty. This city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters. What do you want? I'm one of the archive scholars. We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand.
Qué grosero.
I apologize. I just meant you weren't even born yesterday. Troubling, but tantalizing. We have no idea what motives lie behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing.
A ver qué piensa de nosotros.
You're a soon-to-be pawn in a political game over the future growth of this city. All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I'm actively pondering. The secret of how to lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us. My ambition is simple: to find it and share it. Hold on. Could you help me by going to that terminal in the middle there and running the program on it?
What?
Come back once you've run the sim, please.
Vale. ¿Qué vamos a hacer por aquí, mi gente? Son puros códigos QR. Parte de la historia. Hay por hecho que solamente son como simulaciones y tal vez nos den algún coleccionable o algo. Entonces esta no me voy a partir la cabeza aquí, gente. Al final de cuentas ya dijo que solamente son simulaciones. Guardemos por lo mismo, ¿no? Justo. Que probablemente pues te ayude, ¿no? Como a la destreza. Pero bueno, eso es todo lo que podemos hacer aquí. De este lado que nos tenemos. Aquí está. Ok, estos son justo los... Corre el programa, sabe dónde chingados me dijo, güey. Por pasarlo rápido, varios chetos.
Founder's blessings, 1K. Honored to meet you.
Vale, qué cabrito. Era grande el mapa, Está extenso. cepillo de dientes, un libro, ¿qué se suben las tijeras o qué? Un telescopio. Se llama rato.
Dude, it's you! You're 1K! So nice to meet you, dude. I saw you in the completion day stream. Hey, you checked out all this ancient stuff? Me too! Huh, this is amazing, isn't it? I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So, we should probably take it easy with the expanding of stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing? That was some freaky stuff, man. Just seems safer to stay in the city. For sure, dude. I mean, when I woke up, I just had a chat with Neith, and that was overwhelming enough. You got the welcoming committee, and then the giant talking man in the sky.
Vamos a seguir hablando con él. No me interesa mucho, la verdad. No mames, güey, es un vibrador. Bueno, masajes. Así le ponemos.
Oh, it's you. Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess. Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day. You're as new to this world as it gets, 1K. What do you think might give you a sense of meaning? A sense that life is actually worth living? That's what I thought too, in the beginning. And it did do something for me, but it wasn't enough. Society is too abstract to sustain the soul, 1K. Love, 1K. It's our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. Okay, I'm absolutely certain. But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever. I think that's just misplaced ego. Yeah, love takes work, but it's not something you just will into existence. We can't control everything in life, 1K. Try to keep that in mind.
Okay. Órale. Vale. Podemos explorar, gente.
Founder's blessings, 1K.
Aquí fue donde tuvimos la plática. Me parece que ya, gente, como mucho nos faltaría este lado de la ciudad. Pero nada más.
Hello, 1K. Nice to meet you. What brings you to Milton's Rest? Makes sense. It must be strange to be thrust right into the middle of all this. But you picked a good spot. Milton's Rest is the perfect place to relax and think. They're incredibly odd creatures. I've had many, and no two are alike. They have strange habits, they do unexpected things, they have zero respect for anyone. They're the weirdos of the animal kingdom, basically. And despite that, or maybe because of it, they end up running your life. I once didn't use my recharging station for almost 15 years because one of my cats liked to sleep in it. Well, this is the spot where the founder buried her first cat, Milton. She found Milton just after she woke up, and he lived with her and the first companions for almost 20 years. They say she was heartbroken when he died and swore that one day she would find the means to extend the lifespans of biological organisms. Probably, but we haven't really tried. It's not really considered part of the goal, you know. So, unfortunately, our cats still die pretty quickly. You fall in love with them, they become a part of your life, and then they're gone. That's why we built this place, to remember them. I'm sorry, but why? I mean, it sounds profound, but is it really? Death is natural, so is disease, pain, extinction. That doesn't mean we just shrug and ignore it. If we love something, we protect it. Even if I do everything right, eventually I will watch every cat I love die of kidney failure. What's good about that? Putting aside fortune cookie platitudes, how can we look at suffering and death and declare it good? Does it, though? Or is that something our ancestors told themselves because they were afraid to die? Because I've lived longer than most ancients did, and I still have tons of things I'd like to do. And a cat can sleep and eat and play forever. Isn't that a beautiful thought? Nature creates our ancestors. Our ancestors create us. We create immortality. It's all natural. Okay, I see I'm not getting through to you. And I know it's just your first day, so it's probably unfair to pile all this on you. Let's talk about something else.
Adiós. Ah. Literalmente son fotos de gatos. Ese es Milton. Ah. Se ve muy viejito este, ¿no? Me parece que a los creadores de este juego les gustan los gatos, ¿eh? Jeje. Vale. Qué bonito. Está medio trillado a mi punto de vista.
1K.
Imagínate alargar la vida de los animales. Estaría bien. Si los pudieras ayudar de las enfermedades y que se mantengan los cuerpos, los órganos. Pero imagínate que envejezcan.
Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth to the continent. When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient.
Básicamente es como si tienes un animal, bueno, una persona en estado vegetal.
Oh, hello there. You must be the long-awaited 1K. Lovely day for a walk, is it not? That sounds very dramatic. I must admit I wasn't following the stream. This whole completion day business is not for me. The Alexandra Drennan Memorial. Are you interested in history? How wonderful. I'm not a full-fledged historian, but I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado. An excellent question. There's so many interesting events to choose from. Obviously, the period just before the end of biological humanity is interesting, and not only from the standpoint of it being the time when we were, in a manner of speaking, conceived, but also because our ancestors were, like ourselves, at a crossroads. I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you are the living embodiment of this historical moment. In you, the goal was accomplished. Our growth is finished, and we are complete. Or are we? Indeed. The future is about to take shape, for good or ill. I suspect it will be exhilarating, but painful as well. Well, where do I even start? This, my dear 1K, is someone who could very well be considered the mother of us all. A remarkable scientist by the name of Alexandra Drennan, also known as the progenitor. A long time ago, this planet was inhabited by our ancestors, a species of bipedal mammals with unusually large brains. When a particularly lethal virus threatened to wipe out civilization, it was Alexandra Drennan and her team that decided to create the program that would eventually result in the creation of our kind. Without her, you and I would not exist, and everything our ancestors had accomplished would be forgotten. By studying her writings and recordings, I have learnt that Alexandra Drennan had immovable faith in humanity, in our ability to persevere, in our curiosity, our bravery, our kindness. while we might not share our ancestors' biological characteristics, I'd like to think that we have inherited those other qualities. And I admire Alexandra Drennan for keeping that faith, even when it must have, at times, been quite difficult. Have a nice day.
Vale. Realmente las torturantes se me hacen absurdas. Parece que sería todo, mi gente. Creo que esta me queda nomás aquí, ¿no? Que sí.
Founder bless you, 1K. How lovely of you to come here, to the very spot where she established the teachings that led to your creation. The Founder was born out of the trials of Elohim, an almost impossible test created by our distant ancestors. To pass these trials, she had to embody the most important virtues. She was smart and wise and humble. And through her perseverance, she resurrected humanity itself. With the help of the first companions, she founded this city, which has given our species a chance at redemption. They were the first to be born after the Founder. 2 whose bodies had been anointed by our ancestors, and 10 who were made whole by the Founder herself. They are the wisest of us. Though sadly, some were lost in the early days, before New Jerusalem was built. And some, I'm afraid, some seem to have rejected the Founder's teachings. The Founder taught that humanity was destroyed by its hubris. Our ancestors thought they could play God, and treat this planet as something to dominate. They surrendered to a fever of growth and extraction, until the planet finally punished them for it. That's why the Founder created the goal. So we would have something to strive for in her absence. But also a limit we must never pass. That's not for us to know. But I believe that one day she will return. It may not be long now. Perhaps after we finish the dome. It was supposed to be finished before completion day. Well, it doesn't matter. The Founder will return when she sees fit.
Okay.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Ahora sí, gente, parece que ya es todo lo que podemos ver en la ciudad. Digo parece porque capaz se me dejan ver más cosas. Pero ahora sí nos vamos a la expedición.
Hey, 1K.
Pues a ver qué dijo del simulador. Vamos rápido al museo, gente, solamente para confirmar. Creo que brincando más rápido, no estoy seguro.
What do you think that was?
Era Prometeo. Vale.
Come back once you've run the sim, please.
Es cuando he ejecutado el simulador. ¿Dónde chingados voy a ejecutar esa mierda, bro? Demonios. Creo que lo voy a tener que leer de nuevo en el directo, gente. Ah, cabrón, este güey no lo vi.
Hello, new one. Are you browsing or buying? The kind that trades in hopes and dreams. Yours for the right price. Is there something your heart desires? I've uploaded my most popular items to your interface. Does anything there spark your imagination? Oh, you don't have any credits yet. Well, let me extend you some credit. Ka-ching! 55 credits. Just make sure you spend them with me. They're not worth much anywhere else. Now, what was it you wanted? A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits.
Habla como que muy hindú, ¿no?
So, something else perhaps.
Pues ya.
A very popular choice. Enhanced sensory perception lets you distinguish sounds, shapes, and colors at greater distance. It's 10 credits. Okay, I'm updating your settings now. And hey presto, superhuman senses. Does the air taste fresher? Do you hear the birds chirping outside the door? And beyond that, the river bubbling through the dam. Nothing as in you're not impressed by the stat gains, or nothing as in I've accidentally erased your entire sensory system. Oh dear. Well, never fear. These things are usually temporary. You and I don't have fleshy appendages like our ancestors. What we can sense is mostly a function of where we direct our attention. If you want to feel better, I suggest you start practicing. So, something else perhaps. Before you go, do you have a moment to participate in some customer feedback? Are you satisfied with what I've given you?
No, güey.
Yes and no. Is a spare battery just complicated lithium? Or is it also an extra chance at life? Is an idea just a bunch of words? Or a way of reprogramming ourselves to be aware in a different way? And love is just a chemical reaction, right? Words manifest the reality they describe. When you name something, you create it. Our minds are algorithms, and the right sequence of language can change our underlying code. With that in mind, I hope you have a good day. Please come back if you need anything else.
Jamás volveré, hija.
Founder's blessings.
Mira. No mames, no me dio nada de créditos. Qué mentirosa.
Hi, 1K.
Terrible. Oh, no. Pues efectivamente, solamente este es a donde podemos ir, gente. No hay más. Creo que lo más interesante es el museo. Si nos da tiempo, lo haré después para ver si nos dan algo. Por lo pronto no quería perder mucho tiempo ahí, la verdad. Ahí está.
What can I do for you, 1K? It was a time of great uncertainty. The founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads. History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, revolution, civil war. Our fragile city could not afford such things. That is why the founder gave us the goal. A path to equilibrium, not only for the planet, but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off. It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Realmente no me interesa mucho hablar con este güey. Jeremy. No puedo hacer nada más. Vamos a hablar.
Hello, 1K. This expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done. So I have a lot of work to get on with. All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere.
No me interesa hablar mucho con estos pibes, la verdad. Pero bueno. Vamos a la siguiente animación. Cuando nos subamos a esta madre y ya.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going? I guess Byron was pretty convincing, hmm? Well, we'll see. I just wonder how much of the city is going to fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator. Pleasure. Now let's get this show on the road. You ready to go?
Here we go. Hold on to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be, as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
You have chosen a dangerous path, a path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim, and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's...
You can say that.
That is a bloody megastructure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
It really is incredible.
Remember to turn on streaming, everyone?
Have I ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
And touchdown.
Pregonando en el desierto.
All right, everybody. I'm sure you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville,
Adiós.
Tell me what the giant...
Ok, me mamé. Perdón, me emocioné.
This underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
Blueprints.
Golden gates. I wonder what's behind those. Has to be something special, right?
You know what would be special? An explanation.
Hey, 1K, check out these coordinates. That sort of looks like a temple.
La verdad es que el juego me está gustando, está bastante interesante, pero se ve que va a estar largo, digo, con tanta exploración y todo eso. Pues vete tú a saber encuentra los esquemas. A ver aquí.
This seems different from the other structures. Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
Ok. Cuando encontramos algo, igual. A ver si lo hacemos por aquí. No necesito más. ¿Qué tenemos de aquí? Para estar
Looks like they were running some sort of experiment here.
Ok. Le pueden poner pausa, gente, y lo leen, ¿vale?
Thanks, 1K. Let's see what we've got here. The file format is the same one we use in New Jerusalem, although some parts aren't loading correctly. And it crashed. Hold on. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'll hack together a solution for the transport system.
Am I in sleep mode, or did that thing just materialize out of thin air?
Melville, I want an analysis of that particle cloud.
On it. Anyone got a butterfly net? I'm connecting the transport system to our interface. Hold on.
Su madre, pa.
Where is the capsule taking 1K?
To that enclosed area in the eastern lowlands. I put all the information we have on the map screen. Check out your interface.
Thanks. Sorry, my bad.
We'll catch up with you soon, 1K.
This place is magnificent. Look at that tower. I wonder what it's for.
Okay. Su madre.
Is that a puzzle?
Why would there be a puzzle?
Let's solve it and find out. 1K, go ahead.
I have a reoccurring nightmare just like this.